So 5 rounds. If we have a winner by then, that side on to the semifinal. If not, if still level, we would move on to sudden death. Soak it in. The first time in nearly 4 years, the penalty kicks decide who advances or who goes home.
And in those huddles, Mike, that's when you're calming your team down. The leaders are stepping up and saying, just do what you do best. Find the corners, like any time in training. But manage your emotions. Don't get too high, too low. The kicker has the advantage if you place it correctly.
And Lori, if you are a goalkeeper, that conversation with the referee, don't tempt me to allow a retake if you leave early. Amy Rodriguez will step up first. Took Utah's first ever penalty and converted in 2019 against Orlando. Rodriguez, 9 goals a year ago. A lengthy run with the U.S. women's national team and trying to break back in. And a stare down with Jane Campbell to boot. Campbell has saved 9 of 13, including a record for saves in a season with 4 last year. Rodriguez to start the penalty shootout. Hits it off the crossbar.
And when you're talking about a goalkeeper coming up with a big save right off the bat, that's a huge confidence boost for the Houston Dash and Jane Campbell. Amy Rodriguez goes for power, tries to hit this one high. Oh, it actually ricochets off the crossbar. Jane Campbell does dive correctly, but hits it straight down.
Sophie Schmidt last took a penalty in 2014 against Hope Solo. It was saved. 1 for 2 in her NWSL career against Abby Smith, who has never stopped a penalty in 4 tries. Schmidt to put Houston ahead in the first round of penalties. And scores.
And Schmidt opting for the short run up. Knows exactly where she's going to go. Is calm. 1-2. Opens her right foot up. Opposite set way of Abby Smith.
Lola Bonta to try and draw a Utah level. A touch to that. Campbell can't keep it out, and Lola Bonta responds.
And enough power and pace on that. Jane Campbell does guess correctly. But Labonta just opts to strike this with her laces.
Naren has a notable experience in that 2016 shootout. Converted. Takes the shot and puts it in. Naren and Houston after 2 rounds ahead 2-1.
Great penalty kick by Christine Naren. Has done this time and time again in her career, just opening up with her favored left foot. Abby Smith doesn't even guess one way or another.
It's Corsi now. Big moment for Campbell. Campbell knocks it aside. And her stunning history of saving penalties in the NWSL continues. A secret weapon in this shootout.
And what a save this is. Not a good PK by Rachel Corsi. International veteran. Just the approach to the ball makes it easy for Jane Campbell to read.
This cannot end penalties, but it could put Utah on the verge. They need a stop here desperately. Daly, a touch from Smith, but guides it into the side net. Houston up 3-1, and Utah must convert.
At first, it didn't look like there's very much pace on that. Abby Smith does well to get over, to at least get a hand on it. But there's enough spin. Abby Smith's not able to keep that one out.
How about this moment? Challenge Cup on the line. Sierra King, the first round pick, scored in her pro debut against Houston. Campbell awaits. King slots it home.
And it doesn't look like much, but that ball does not need to have pace if it's low to the far post. You see Jane Campbell guesses correctly, but because it's low, she can't get a fingertip on it. Well done by the rookie. Keep her team in this game.
And Bree Visali could end it and send Houston on to the semifinal. Save Smith into a fifth round.
And Mike, this penalty kick shootout is identical to this game. Bit end to end, keepers keeping them in. Masali makes this predictable as well. Abby Smith gets down early.
Farrow steps forward, limping toward the penalty spot. Utah needs to convert and get a save to send this to sudden death. A save by Campbell, and Houston moves on. Farrow, save Campbell, it's over! The Dash are going through to the semifinal. And the penalty kick savant lives up to expectation again. Utah, the side who hosted this tournament, sent home. And the Dash, in their first ever knockout game, advance.
And the storyline of goalkeepers showing up big in these quarterfinals continues. This time it's Jane Campbell. And from what we've seen her do during penalty kicks throughout her career, no better player for the Houston Dash to win this one and have them advance. You can see what this means to this team. And credit to the players for the Houston Dash to put their penalty kicks away. Their posture.